do atheists just accept any argument that they can and just run with it? I think we have actual evidence that they really, this is the case. I've been looking at, several atheist arguments over the course of a couple years, and, well, it just seems that the more ridiculous that the argument is, the more the atheists buy into it, with some exception. I mean, you take a look at Bionic Dance, for example, and she has one of the most popular channels out there, and she runs on automatic. She preaches don't run automatic, but yet that's all she is about. I mean, here we are someone talking about, well, your belief in God is just a feeling. You can't prove any of this when her own lifestyle is based on a feeling. This is a guy who felt like a girl and had organs rearranged, and any argument to her is a justified argument, and you can't convince her otherwise. You got theists telling her she's wrong. You got agnostics telling her she's wrong, and you've even got atheists telling her she's wrong. Oh, why, you just don't understand. You just don't understand. You're all wrong. This is why. But she has a very popular channel. The more drama people put into it, the more popular the channel gets. Now, there's a guy out there, one of the few atheists that I will listen to, the Skeptical Heretic. That's the guy's name. And this is a really brilliant guy, I think. Really smart. He doesn't believe in God, but yet he knows the importance that religion has played over the years. But yet his channel isn't as popular as, say, Bionic Dance's. So now, the what kind of evidence do we have here that suggests that atheists just run with any argument? Well, there was some time ago where I made the video "Why Atheists Pretend to Care About Your Religion," and that that argument came from Lacey Green. Now, okay, Lacey Green has this video, why do atheists care about religion? And she goes on and on and on, and every single one of her arguments are easily debunked by myself. And, I'm about the only person out there that has a video like this debunking her on this topic. So what does that prove? Well, it's not a complete piece of evidence here. You got to look a little bit past that. What you have here is Lacey Green going on and on and on and on about almost any topic, and she includes the topic of feminism. And there are many people out there who will who debunk her on feminism, but nobody on the topic of atheism. But yet, even the Amazing Atheist and a couple of his friends, they have a video out. I'll try to put up a link. I've got a little cut here of that video, and it tells you what type of person Lacey Green is.
She is she's a person who has a giant ego.
True.
Her video is not academic or anything, and this is a ridiculous, and she's just, of course, going right for a gross generalization fallacy.
Clarify. My problem with a lot of this stuff is that she's not really drawing the line for me. Like, she she points out, like, here's something in society that I think is bad, and then it's like I'm supposed to know exactly where she, like, this is bad, therefore we need feminism. Like, I'm not seeing where is the therefore, where is the inference, where is you taking me the rest of the journey, you know?
There's a lot of bigotry here. That's not how you go around building bridges to our fellow human beings. This is hate mongering.
She lives in a bubble.
Right. I mean, she's in her insular little world where she doesn't have to engage in any sort of actual debate on this stuff. I'm just right and all these people are idiots. When you make a video that's so clearly designed to emotionally manipulate your audience into sharing some outrage that you have, then that's just bullshit. And that is exactly the tactic she tried to use in that situation.
I'm not trying to quote mine TJ here or his friends. I just wanted to put in the main arguments of what they think of the person Lacey Green as a person who presents arguments. So they can clearly identify all the problems that Lacey Green has when she's making a feminist video. And she is the same person when presenting arguments, right? So she's the same person presenting arguments, whether it's a video on feminism or a video on atheism. Well, I mean, she lives in a bubble. She has an ego. She's going for a gross generalization. All the points that they brought out on her against her video on feminism, they equally apply to the other video that she made on atheism. But yet, you don't see them going out and debunking the atheist video. Why is that? There's plenty of videos out there debunking her opinions on feminism. Plenty of them. You can look them up. But so far, I think that I am the only person that has put out a video debunking her on atheism, and it's the exact same person with the exact same methodology, the exact same way of attacking people. The gross generalization, living in the bubble. So we have some evidence here that atheists would listen to any argument that is brought out, as long as it's for atheism. So what do we have going on here? What we have going on here is atheism, and I'm gonna specify here that not all atheists, okay? Not all atheists are like that. You get people like the Skeptical Heretic, and I repeat, I like listening to him. He's a very smart person, who just believes that there is no God, and I can relate to that. I can respect that opinion. He doesn't try to shove it down anybody's throat. He's just a guy out there, just like you and me. It's okay. Here's my opinion. Here's why I think that. And I'll just leave it at that. Now, if you want to argue back and forth about it, okay, he has a lot of debates with people. And, a lot of times he's talking to idiots, and he's a very smart person and who can handle himself. But you get the other atheists like Lacey Green. Lacey Green, oh my God, she has, thousands and thousands of subscribers, and Bionic Dance has thousands and thousands of subscribers. And so the more drama they pump into it, the more people that they get. Whereas people like Skeptical Heretic has a few thousand. I haven't checked his page recently, but he had a few thousand. But he was trailing behind these other people that employ the gross generalization and that live in bubbles. So atheism in general is just rooting for a team. Just like a football team. Everybody has their favorite football team, and they'll tell you why it's their favorite football team, or basketball, or baseball, or whatever. This is my favorite NASCAR driver, blah, and they'll tell you why. They have their reasons, and then you go to try to interject anything else. Well, hey, this guy on this team, he can do this and he can do that and blah, 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 blah. Oh, no. Your team sucks. My team's the winner. So what we have here in atheism is just rooting for a specific team. They say it's just a lack of belief. But they're rooting for a team. They don't care if the argument's good or bad. They've chosen their side, and they're going to stick with it. They're going to stick to their guns. So atheists would rather listen to the worst atheist argument out there ever than listen to anything that remotely acknowledges religion. And I have further proof of that in another video. I'll try to provide a link for it. And it's from an author Bart Ehrman. I think that's the proper pronunciation of his name. He came out with a book, about how people are misquoting Jesus. And he had atheists supporting him. Oh, yay! About time somebody did something like that. What does it do? Well, it doesn't exactly debunk religion, but it is an argument in favor, slightly in favor of the atheistic side. So, see, Jesus was misquoted and all this stuff, and so that supports our side. Where then some time had passed, and he's like, well, wait a minute, this argument presupposes that Jesus was a real person, but nobody really gets that. And then when he writes a book called Did Jesus Exist, the people that were cheering him on were sending him complaints. Why would you write a book like that? Why would you write a book like that? What does it do? It doesn't state that Jesus was the Son of God. It doesn't state that he's King of the Jews. It doesn't state that he had any magical supernatural powers or whatever. It doesn't state that the resurrection was factual. All it does is take the evidence into consideration that Jesus, the man himself, existed. And so atheists don't like that. You can't. No. You can't do that. You can't put out a book in favor of us and then put out a book that would, be against us. Here's a little excerpt from that.
What's interesting about this is that it's kind of put you in a strange position of being between two camps, because obviously the book that you first came into the limelight for, as it were, misquoting Jesus, was obviously something that a lot of Christians had a big problem with and were very worried about. And we obviously, the first time I featured you on this program, you were doing a debate on the thesis of that book, which is that there are certain issues to do with textual criticism and the transmission of the manuscripts that make it difficult to know what Jesus said in particular instances. But that aside, you're now almost have been kind of now the enemy of the other side, as it were, the atheists who are very angry with you for writing a book supporting the existence of Jesus, even if you don't obviously, you obviously don't hold any evangelical view on all the aspects of Jesus' life. So. Well, a lot of people actually asked a similar question when they knew that I was having you on. Blake asks, were you expecting the level of hostility you've had from the atheist community writing a book in defense of the historical Jesus?
Well, no. In fact, I wasn't expecting it. You know, the thing is that as a historian, I don't really take sides on issues. I simply try to paint out what I think happened historically, and so I don't try to write a book in order to promote a Christian cause or to attack a Christian cause. I write books that deal with what I think are the historical realities of early Christianity. And so a book like Misquoting Jesus did get some people upset, but it was based on factual historical information. And even most of my critics agreed with the factual information. They didn't like the tone that I had in the book. Was the most common complaint. And so then when I write this book on Did Jesus Exist, the people who've been cheering me on from the sidelines, the atheists and agnostics, all of a sudden are really incensed, and even more incensed than my evangelical friends were incensed with Misquoting Jesus. And so I guess it's a good thing if you're not approved by everybody all the time, and it appears that I'm not.
Well, I mean, they've taken notice of your book, though,
yes.
and I think it is partly because people considered you an ally, as you said. So some, let's say, types of atheists, and we're not labelling all atheists in this way by any means, but some types of atheists thought we have an ally, but now I don't think you're going to be invited necessarily to Skepticon any longer to sort of present the.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, the thing is that my other books have all presupposed that Jesus existed. I mean, all of the books that the atheist and agnostic crowd, the humanists, have cheered on from the sidelines are books in which it's quite clearly presupposed there was a man Jesus. And so for me now to come out and say why I think there was a man Jesus, it doesn't make sense to me. They should be attacking
it's
that.
strange for you that they suddenly feel offended by that.
So yeah, it would appear that, you know, atheists, and again, I'm going to specify here, not all atheists, but mostly the ones on YouTube, with a few exceptions, they just take any argument, run with it, as long as it supports their team. It's a good argument. If it doesn't support their team, well, it's a bad argument. It doesn't belong there. That's why, and that would be why, that atheists in general are against intelligent design, because atheists fear intelligent design, in my opinion. And this would be because, well, first, the implications. It doesn't state that religion is true. It doesn't state that God is true. It doesn't state that any of the religions are true. All it does is point to something that may not even be a God. But it does put it in the ballpark. And that's why atheists hate intelligent design. And that's why they're against it. Just like the book Did Jesus Exist, it offers just, you know, that tiny foot in the door crack opening that allows people to explore other possibilities, and they don't want that. Atheists don't want that at all. They just want you to, you know, whatever argument supports our side, yay team. Whatever argument doesn't, no, get that out of here. Get that out of here.